Good evening! Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome back to Heaven's Vault. The story so far. Yeah, we still found the wreckage of his ship. I wonder if this is, like, gonna update particularly at all until I, like, take this back to Iox. I don't think so. This is very similar to what we had last time. Yep, we looked for a vault. We know we can triangulate it with telescopes. And we found something similar at an old recording station. Cool, cool, cool. And then I found one in space. So I have more telescopes. We must be able to narrow things down. We were currently playing around with some railway systems in an old underground mine that belongs to the robots, who may or may not, who probably did overthrow the humans at some stage in history. So that's fun. How did anyone live here? There's nothing. No water, nothing. The robots must have looked after them. Their ethical cause would have compelled it. But the robots didn't take them somewhere else. If they were surviving. There's something terrible about this place. I'm sure of it. Right, we were playing with signal boxes. And I can now... We've got the 6 over here, so I need 6 to press buttons for me. Activate this one for me, 6. If you can. So that's that in place. And then if I connect the wiring here... that fits in there. Does that help us? You stay there, 6. I need to figure out if that's actually a thing I can get to now. I don't think it is at all. I thought the way it would work would be like for me to stand in the middle while 6 operates the mechanisms, but I don't actually think that is an option. Okay, let go of it, 6. Mistress. So if I connect the wiring, presumably it's just does the same thing myself. Yeah. Incredible, this all still works. For all this time. Whoever built this apparatus clearly intended it to be permanent. They did not consider this place to be a temporary measure. Stay by this panel, 6. Don't follow me. Mistress. Mistress, I do not approve. I don't care about your approval, 6. There's no other way I'll get across this chasm, and you know it. It's perfectly safe. Probably. Is doing it? They're both just connected right now. I'm not quite sure the right order to do this in. There's only like 2 bloody buttons. Right, so with them both connected... Okay. What game is this? This is Heaven's Vault. This is a game about translating an alien language that has long since been forgotten. It's a bit weird, a bit surreal. Okay, it's not that surreal. Well, it's just weird. It's a very, very non-traditional game. It's a great story. It's written by people who I know to make fantastic stories. So I knew this was not going to be an exception right off the bat. Like, I'm stuck at a bloody puzzle, that's all. Oh no, what have I done now? I pressed a button. No! Most of the mechanics involve, like, learning a language that the game developers had to actually invent from scratch. Like, the language just straight up doesn't exist. There's no, like, counterpart to it in English. It's... If I bring up some stuff. Yeah, so, like, here is the word... Oh, people has failed us is basically what I've managed to translate this particular one as. Don't mean a lot if you don't know what you're doing, but you can start. It starts you out relatively simple, and as you go and do archaeology and find things, you find a book. Emperor banished the robots below the earth. At this point, I can kind of read these. So just to break it down a bit, this first symbol is a symbol for a person. The curly symbol is a noun, I think, is kind of what it's driving at. That's some sort of symbol for like a god or deity or divinity. You got the person symbol again there. Here, your commas imply a verb. That, I think, is sort of an action denoting change. The apostrophe is actually not dissimilar to English. It is essentially denotes possessiveness. S is motion. This is a very complicated word. Some of them are like, I'm not sure how they got to that. That's really complex. But you can sort of whittle it down. And they only give you a few options for each one anyway. So you kind of find the one that fits best. Robots, the little sort of jellyfish thing, has been associated with a lot of things that are metallic. So I kind of see that as metal. The upside down Y's mostly seems to be like creatures of some sort. So it's like a metal creature person. It's a robot, right? This... Actually, I'm not sure what that symbol is. That symbol is maybe an adjective or something. Although below is not really an adjective. It's more of a preposition. The X is not, and the I is up. So it is not up. It is below. Earth, again, you've got your noun. The weed symbol is like plants, and that's kind of a mountain. Plants and mountain. Earth. It's Earth, is what it is. So you kind of put it together. It's a bit hieroglyphic. It's got its own syntax and structure and things. And yeah, there's a whole galaxy to explore and ancient ruins to delve into, and it's pretty cool. So, that's your recap. Unfortunately, right now, I'm trying to figure out how to get up there by pushing switches in the correct order. And I have not got that figured out. So if I go across here... Oh, actually... This is where I want to be. Yes, there we go. That's what I was trying to do. I didn't know how to actually push that switch, but of course I could just tell the robot to do it for me. Cool. So, where does this take us? Are you going to hold the control long enough for me to go down 6? Of course I can, mistress. But I do not know how much the ramp can take. If you must go, try not to be slow. Don't break the control panel, 6. And watch your step, mistress. There are holes.
These pits had been cut down into the rock, while overhead, a natural opening yawned into space.
Oh, so it does, huh? Definitely a mine. There's something just visible. It's a scrap of a river chart, dating from the earliest days of the nebula. There's something printed around the surface of a moon. And this is where we translate. Woo! This one is a blotted fragment from an even longer phrase. So, Your question mark basically implies questions that I say it doesn't have any basis in real languages, but actually it does pull a lot of its cues from English. If we're honest, yeah, like the apostrophe being possessive. It's a question mark. Yeah, the inverse question mark symbol is basically associated with questions or uncertainty kind of things. And the double circles is what we have established to be time. It's a question as pertains to time. So when would fit. However, it's got a dash, which tells me it's potentially a part of a longer compound word. The reality is it may actually be all of that makes one word. Because it could be when. It could be may. Or it could be something entirely else. That is definitely you. The person and the symbol for 2 is you. Are we going to get that symbol on its own? Is that alone? That's pretty cool if it is. I'm not sure if it's maybe part of this structure. And once I've got these bits figured out, it'll go to an actual translation thing and I can fill in the gaps and learn new words, essentially. Sky. Oh, so that's the... Okay. I mean, it could be 2 words. It could be May Sky. May Sky. Open... Actually, this kind of makes some sort of sense. May Sky open... I'm certain my translation for May is right now. Whoop. And opens must be right as well. May Sky open... Before, I guess. Let's be honest, it's the only thing that really actually makes much sense. We said this was sort of adjectives, but also kind of prepositions, so before makes sense. I said this was kind of change, but that's very tentative. I'm not really, like, wedded to that idea. This, I think, we mostly associated with journeys, but again, I'm not sure what, like, if there's any, like, really concrete reasoning for that. Before definitely seems to fit the bill. I don't think there's any doubt it's anything else. I just don't know why. And hazard this comes from the same source as the oil burner and the shard from a jar I found here before. There must have been frequent movement between these 2 sites. This should help us locate the unknown, extremely ancient site. And the 14 flows. Where's the 14? Okay, that's I think that's smaller than it was. I think we whittled it down a bit. Seems to go on forever. It doesn't, of course. But still, I wouldn't want to fall in. Drop in a stone. Drop in a stone. Let's see how deep you go. Still falling. The loneliest clink echoed back up the shaft. That's a long way down. There's a ladder down it. Climb down the ladder. Why weren't you pinged? I don't know. Why weren't you pinged? You should have been pinged. You have not actually missed a lot. I spent more time than I care to admit faffing around with the platforms trying to actually get the rails to connect across the gap. So that took me a little bit. I gave Sooty a bit of a recap. Sooty is new to the game and wants to know what the deal was. So I had a bit of a quick recap there. So literally the only translation that I've done so far is attached to a scrap of a river chart, which says, "May the sky open before you," of which the only interesting word to us, the only particularly new word, is before. So that is what we've learned it in the time. There's a ladder going down. 6 would love me to climb down that, I'm sure. Mistress, I can see you. Mistress, please desist. I go by the waters. I don't think that was meant to be like as defiant as I made that out to be. I think it was more like a prayer than anything. I don't think I was like, I do what I want, 6. It was more like, oh god, I go by the waters. Oh no, is there very little air down here, or useful air? My health has gone down. A pick. A mining pick. Wait, I don't feel... Oh, the air down here must be poor. Or poisoned. If there's anything here, I should find it quickly. Hewn out walls. This place was dug. Oh, by all the waters.
My head was spinning.
Blocked with a rockfall. This place isn't safe. I can't even move quickly. Look, the air's green. It's probably not where you want to be going. My chest tightened. These tunnels might run for miles. Okay, so is whatever we want is in here, right? Surely just the mining pick would be the most useful thing. Robots can't have worked to mine. There must have been people doing that. While robots oversaw it. Is there something there? What is this? I wonder what they were mining. Precious metals or something more useful? Oh, the air down here is like acid. But not the good kind. Ooh, there's a thing. An old basket. For hoisting things up?
I was stumbling over my own feet.
Empty. Or, no, wait. Under the grit. A water goddess model carved from antler? It looks like something from ancient times. There's some ancient here, but I shouldn't try to read it now. Yeah, I think that's what we got. This comes from the same place as the scrap of paper and the oil burner. I think. People back then must have commonly frequented both these two locations. Yes, we know that. Stop talking, climb out. Let's get out of here, Aaliyah. Whew, fresh air. That tastes good. Mistress? Mistress! I'm alright, 6. I'm alright, 6. Mistress, please come back. I have a translation to do. Oh, wait, she won't? Like, I thought that would be there. I thought it would say. Triangulate. Oh, water goddess model. Did it not have a thing? It had a thing, right? She said I won't translate it now. When will you translate it? There's another ladder to climb down. Can we get up there? Is there anything up here? Still stumbling. I took a few gulps of cleaner air away from the worst of the fog. Come on, let me move again. I'm bored of staggering now. Let's climb down a different pit. Maybe the air will be cleaner down that one. Nope, we're still staggering. Can I not get around these pebbles? Nope. Am I just going to stagger until we're done with this site now? Maybe there was a ladder here. Oh. There isn't now. Ooh! What? Is there? I can't see anything there. There's something carved inside the edge. There's one end of a broken fragment of text. Metal move. Work. Work is life. Right? Work is... Have we already done that one? I can still change my mind, but work is life? Curious. Do the others have inscriptions? Oh, she can move again. Ah. So this one doesn't have a ladder. This one totally does though, right? Or no. No, she can't get down to it. Okay, I suspect that's probably... Unless that's a thing. Scattered rocks. Fallen through the hole in the roof, I suppose. They're only right here, which is strange. Look up. There must be something going on up there. There's no way I'm climbing down there. What would you suggest that symbol was? Like I looked at that word and I saw the word for life even before it popped up. I was like, oh, work is life. Yeah, that's literally what that says. It was like that was one of those things that I'm so familiar with the symbols that I could kind of like pretty much translate it anyway. Work is life. Work is poison, wise, full. It's a noun which has the symbol for life in it. If it has the X, it becomes death. If it has the symbol for water, it becomes blood. Life, water, anti-life. It's like yeah, I feel like we have come across it somewhere, but like, you know, that says life, right? Look at the rocks again; they're glyphs. Sorry, which rocks? Oh, up top, the pile of rocks. You mean what? Oh, hang on. Okay, yeah, I'll look at that again. No, I won't because the robot's gonna... Oh, 6, why did you follow me? Oh, you're gonna be a pain now, aren't you? Or... Oh. I guess I could just order him back, could I? Mistress! What? So if I stand here, you were not supposed to come here. I need you to... 6, go do the ramp. Absolutely not, mistress. Evidently, it is a miracle you returned from there. I do not expect miracles to be required multiple times. 6, I need to find out what's down there. Medically, you do not. That is my final word on the matter. I don't think we're going to get to go back there. Six, come here and do this. Can I just stay there? Stay there. I don't know. I need to sprint so I can run over here and give the command or something. Not that he would listen. I guess they only let you up there once. I don't think 6 is not going to cooperate. I think 6 is not going to. I think I used a double negative there. 6, you're the worst. We'll never know what the rocks said. If you don't cooperate with me, I'm going to have to jump over gaps, 6. I don't know if there was any more to explore outside the mine, though. I'm wondering if we can get up to the roof where the cave-in happened. If it was a cave-in. I guess if it was meant to be a word, then I'm not leaving you behind. Keep up. Oh yeah, the gap. Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, you need to... I appear to be trapped, mistress. Wait a moment. He's hoppered out. 6? Where do you go? Hoppered back to the ship? Evidently. Here he is. Mistress, you've collected 5 intriguing artifacts here. Also, we've pinpointed 1 new location of interest at an unknown ancient site. May I activate the hopper now, mistress? No. Wait, what? Why did that come up as a thing? Oh my god, what? I told you not to operate the hopper. Why did you suddenly activate the hopper? Oh, for God's sake. Ugh. I probably got everything anyway. Maybe. I mean, 5 artifacts is pretty good going. That's enough to buy many lizards. I just need to find someone who's willing to sell me one. Yeah, there's chunks taken out of this thing, so we've narrowed it down. I could look this region and try to find some more artifacts, or I could explore other avenues until I find something else. We've got the Age of Sail site down here on the unknown ancient sites. Yo, Donald, how's it going? Okay, Age of Sail or ancient sites. Unknown ancient site's kind of interesting because it's going, well, it's followed on from the mine, which was already going a bit off track, which I quite like. So I'm on board with that. Also, it takes us into observatory territory. Also, what? We've, like, learned about a river that's over here for some reason. Cool. I don't know how or why, but it is there. Value is determined by geckos. Yeah, absolutely. Geckos are currency, man. I had 1 gecko and I lost it. Now I am poor again. I'm personally leaning towards the ancient site, I think. But also, look at these rivers down here. We can get in here, maybe? Oh, my... Where? Oh, no. See, if I were on this river, that'd be really easy to go that way. Purely by virtue of being on this river, suddenly that's a lot harder, because the only way through is annoying. Jesus. I could hang a right there, maybe. And come down this way. I suppose we've got a lot of choice. Just gonna have to follow the instructions for quite a while. Oh, you want to do the Age of Sail site? I can redirect. The problem with the Age of Sail site for me is just that that's part of the story. That's like, I feel like that's like an intended site. They want us to go there. How is that the way? Oh, because that's the way. This is the way out. So the way ends up that way. Fine. Okay. Whatever. Whee! Or waters above. Both convey much the same opinion. Wait, which way? There's a... Oh, doesn't matter. They both go the same way. Is it possible to alter gravity itself? Indeed it is, mistress. You say that so matter-of-factly. Evidently, it is necessary. Okay. Go on, how do we do that? When you said necessary... Whee! What do you mean by that? The strength of gravity between 2 objects is a known quantity, mistress. Stop showing me the ancient site. Oh, this is probably another rapid, isn't there? Beyond that. Evidently is based on the separation and the masses of those objects. But most moons in nebula are thin sheets of rock. They do not have enough mass to exert the gravity that they do. Something within the rock must therefore increase the gravity. Hey, and there's a ruin on the way. But momentum cannot simply be created. Therefore, an increased gravity in one location must be countered by a lessening elsewhere. The crystals. Including the ones Remember found in the hatch of that buried ship. They do... Oh, that was me, not him. They do not reduce gravity, mistress. Rather, they have been induced to contain an absence of it. The structure is barely intact, mistress. There's nothing there. Nothing at all? What? Okay. I've never seen a ruin that was completely empty so far. Whee! Oh, no, it's not a rapid. Dang it. I thought it was a rapid. Perhaps metal from the Steel Empire mine was used to build the crater we found. The mining pits are so deep, a lot must have been extracted. Yeah, keep going for a little bit. An excellent theory, mistress. Another thing! A wreck? It is a wreck from the Age of Sail, mistress. Wait, mistress. I recovered a cracked charm of crystal. Just lying out there? Look how small it is, though. It must have belonged to a child. And there's an inscription on the jewel. I can hardly see the glyphs, they're so tiny. Something to do with light. Fractured piece from an even longer phrase. So, jewel? Do I already know the word for jewel? That's like... Okay, yeah, like mountain... Star. Mountain star. It is, yeah, the light plus up is a star, right? And... Oh yeah, that suddenly makes more sense. Like, we knew it was a star, but I never, like, quite got the up. Like, we only figured out the up much later. So it's a mountain star. It's a jewel. Huh. I like that. That works. Mountain star of light. Got a translation for jewel to my dictionary now. Oh, okay. Is a noun. Up. Then a bunch of sort of clarifiers that I'm not super certain of. Not star. Evening? Or not light? Up, not light. Evening? There's a time when the sky is above us, the up is not light. It's got to be evening, I think. Eternal would have something to do with time in there. Eternity probably also. Harvest, I think we've come across that before and speculated it would probably have weed in there as well, so... I mean... Oh, right, yeah, I see. Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. Oh, yeah, I hadn't even picked up on that yet. Like, it's got... All of that construct is just dark on its own. Like, I might not know what these glyphs specifically mean, but it's like up dark. Up dark is evening. I'd say this was made on the exact site we're searching for. It must be close by. This will make it easy to locate. Stop showing me that one. I don't want that one. Okay, now we're going to have to actually... Probably still just follow the path, to be fair. Ship near Elbreth must have been carrying crystals from the crater site. Oh, I'm going that way. There's a thing. proves it was some kind of dock. I missed the turning, but, like, there's a ruin, so it's all worth it, right? A ruin? I guess it dates from the Age of Sail, mistress. This should only take a few moments, mistress. I found a finely made wind chime made of gold. It most likely came from somewhere nearby. I've seen the markings on this thing before. On the side of my ship. Looks like it's inscribed. This one has a phrase run together. So presumably one of these words is nightingale. And. I know and. Gives. Some of these I don't think are right. No, that's not part of that. Let's put things in until they tell me which ones are wrong. I'm not feeling this one. I don't know quite where we're at. I've done something wrong. It's the do. Yeah, I figured that was probably wrong. I'll have to try again some other time. And gives all. Okay. Apparently that was too complicated. In spite of it apparently being the words on the ship. What? I see that. I see the dot. The wreck here appears to date from the Age of Sail, mistress. Funny how there's a lot of boats from the Age of Sail. I covered a scratched flute of copper. It must have come from somewhere nearby. Looks like there's some carved glyphs on it. I have got so many random ass doodads that are just like, hey, we found a thing. It helps us find a thing. Like, if I had this small mountain of garbage I'm kind of towing around with me now, I would absolutely have traded half of them away for lizards until I figured out how to keep a lizard. When I only had a half a dozen things, I was kind of like, but I might need the things. What if they're important? At this point, I'm absolutely certain that literally none of these things are important. I've got so many things. Is that not separate? I feel like we know that word. That's not our, it's very similar to our. That's our. That's us. Our. Take us apart? Our. Cannot. Another long one, but I'm sure it reads as our. I'm sure of cannot too. Our. See, I don't know what that curly is. The curly with the accent. And there's two of them. Seems important. It has people. And it has time. I suppose if we're going to like talk about people, then I guess parents probably makes the most sense. Away? Is it, oh, I see. When it's a verb, it's separate. This is obviously a adjective stroke preposition. So if it's similar to separate, I would say away. Our scratched copper flute. Our parents cannot take us away. That's a weird one, but why would you scratch that on a flute? But it fits the glyphs. What do we think, parents? I feel like worlds would have some sort of symbol for Earth in it more than anything else. Stories, I thought we already had something similar to stories that fits. Wounds, I don't know what that would probably have the symbol for life in there somewhere. Potentially. I think parents. Our parents cannot take us away? Does that make sense? I think this was made on the exact site we're after. We're on the right track. This will make the site we're searching for easier to locate. Is that a thing? The Iolite aboard Remba's buried ship was quarried in the Iolite moon. That was totally a shipwreck. It wouldn't let me go to it. And they must have been quarrying there long before we thought. Unless they've already been there. Where are we? Oh, I did a lap. Oh, aha, yes. I have been there. It was that one. It was the first one I found. Yeah, when I hung a left to get that ruin, I've come round past these. And I'm back onto where we started. Right, that makes sense. Wait, now you want me to go left? Is that right? Or is it left? No, it says go left, but actually my GPS is telling me to go right.
My tried to stop me from sailing. She said it was dangerous. But I don't think she meant dangerous. I think she meant wrong. She's afraid of the rivers.
Oof. Maybe I've gone the wrong way now. Oh, I shouldn't have... Oh, I was supposed to go... It was that left. I wasn't supposed... Oh, whoops. I can go left to get back
afraid
on.
Of what all that space can do to you on the inside.
Yeah, and I found a ruin, so it was worth coming this way. Where does it want me to go? Oh, it wants me to go back around that way. Cool. This whole area is complex enough that I feel like there may be some sort of ruins hidden, some sort of fairly significant ruin hidden somewhere in there. Like a visitable one. Rather than just a discovery. This ruin appears to date from the age of sail, mistress. Wait, mistress. I found a scratched serpent sculpture fashioned from silver. I wonder how long it's been out there. His back has been inscribed, too, with the symbol for serpent. That first word says serpent. This is one end of a fractured sentence of text. Yes. I read ancient. Serpent moves from... Ooh, have we got some numbers going on here? Or what? Serpent moves from... One, four... Is this right? No, I believe you can be competent of the translation of a serpent now, mistress. Yeah, me too. I'm convinced of from as well. Yep, cool. Ding ding. 1, since we've learned some numbers. Serpent moves from 1 to 1 moves from 1 for See, I had that pegged as a number. Or if that's a 1, it could be someone. But, like, anything with a person would have a person symbol in it. Is there a different context for this that might work? You said that for the first time. Yeah, no, it's a weird voice for her, isn't it? What else could it be? Serpent moves from... birth for itself. Itself kind of almost works as well. If you think about one being used in the context of like me, and the symbol for two being used in the context of you. It could be person plus it. So person plus it is you. So it plus one is self itself. This is a weird one. I thoroughly thought these were going to be just numbers. Giving it a whole other context makes it weird. I genuinely believed all of the U-shaped ones just to be the numbering system. Next should have some, next is a time-based word. So you'd expect a time glyph in next. Plus also moves from something for next. Doesn't really work. Moves for speed. Okay, sure. Fits in there as a sentence. But, yeah. I don't know what glyph speed would have, but probably not those. So yeah, I think we can whittle it down to someone and itself. And of the two, I think itself? I mean, based on me, and indeed we, and the numbers that I've seen, it almost feels like that has to be one, and the fact that I said it was one and one was an option as well makes me almost certain it is, but just as a sentence? What does this mean? What does this mean? Serpent moves from one for itself. I know these words, but that sentence makes no sense, you know? I mean, we four of the words we're certain of anyway, so it couldn't possibly be any other context there. I don't think that makes sense, but whatever. Might find something that helps us figure it out. Have we got, like, the site exact yet? No. There is a new river to the left. Alright, let's take it. I believe it will lead us to our target. Alright, lead on Macduff. I'm just going to follow the instructions now. I mean, hopefully we'll get some stuff that'll help us, like, clarify that later anyway. Maybe we'll learn something about what the ancients believed about serpents at some stage. I found this necklace outside the hermitage. But I don't know what these things are that it's made of. Whee! Shells, mistress. Those are shells. What's a shell? A snail-like creature that lives in saltwater, mistress. There are some in the tanks on Iox. Don't think the shell is the creature. Why would anyone make a necklace out of snails? This was quite a ride. Where did this take us? That was a long rapid. Woof. Nice. That's brought us to a whole new region of space. Nice. Oh yeah, I can be absolutely bloody certain that the way we need to be is kind of here. But the way into that is trickier. I report on humans, mistress. I do not pretend to understand their foibles. I think the age of sail sight is close at hand. Might I suggest turning left? You might. You suggest a lot of things. I don't always listen to them. Oh, we're getting into slow space. Goes all sparkly. Cool. Oh, there are 2 more things to find. If I go left, we could swing by it. Even though he wants me to go right. So let's go left. Missed the turning, I know. It all gets us to the same place. So then through here, right at the next junction, and then left. Right, left, right. Oh no, this is where we're merging. This is right. I don't need to drill down any further to find this site, honestly, but I don't think the ship could move through flows this week. It seems like whoever built the Nightingale knew what they were doing. Who did build the ship, mistress? Yeah, there's a lot of weird things that she doesn't know what they are. She didn't know what rivers were. Or, yeah, I mean, she knows what these rivers are, but not like rivers. A battered gong just floating out there. It has been decorated with symbols. Cool. This is the start of a fragment of text. Heart. Don't know what that symbol is off the top of my head. You got something to do with like not people, light. Don't know what that is. For every. So my translation of a heart is correct now. Because obviously, what else would you inscribe on a gong? Goblet. We found goblet at last. Song or song and tune are very synonymous. How the hell would I even remotely separate those two out? So we got we got sounds plus up, sounds and up. Song or possibly a tune for every it's essentially the symbol of not joy, isn't it? I mean, I guess if it had the noun, it would be like sadness or something. But because it's got the verb, it's unhappy. So it's the verb form, or not verb, sorry, adjective rather. Adjective form of not joy. Which I guess is unhappy. So I don't know how to distinguish between song or tune here, though. Could even be a cry. Potentially. Literally the only thing it couldn't be is goblet. We're gonna get a goblet one day. I can't wait until we actually figure out which word goblet is. I really want to find that one. You watch, I'll be the only word in the language that we don't know the glyphs for by the end of the game. Like, a goblet? No, I don't know what a goblet is. Because you don't really play a song or a tune on a gong anyway. It's more of a dong, it's just a cry. You cry out with a gong. It's a weird way of describing it, but, like, it fits the context better, right? It's a gong song. Plus, again, that kind of that sort of gong noise, like it strikes, lifts, like up, kind of makes sense. Dong, it's up, right? Yeah, it makes one note. Which is why I think cry fits, because it's literally all it can do. All it can do is cry. It can't play a tune. It can't play a song. It cries, right? I need to put cry in there, actually. Yeah, let's go with that. Cry for every unhappy heart. That'll do for now. Which way was I going? There is only one way I can go. We must be near. It should make it easier to find. How can it be any easier to find? We know where it is. What's wrong with the river here? The currents in this region are unusually weak. The rivers here are losing their integrity. Perhaps that is how the Age of Sail site was lost. Oh shoot, which way am I going? There's a junction now. It hasn't directed me. Right, it's right. Yeah, if I go left, I gotta go all the way around again. Thanks, GPS. Fail. We're back within our search zone, mistress. It would not seem we've been down either of these paths before, mistress. Are we going the right way? Oh yeah, oh yeah, it comes around to the right. It is this rock, I guess. This is it. I don't know where it is, mistress. I couldn't possibly say. Is it the rock that's in front of us? Maybe? Is it the only rock for miles around? Maybe that's where we're going. Who made me bring a robot?
A single rocky peak
pretty.
was topped by a gleaming ruin.
Is that a person? There's a person up there. Someone lives up here, if not two people?
And what a jewel it was. Like a half-cut gemstone.
It looks like Aladdin. I think Aladdin's up there. This place is falling apart. We could have arrived too late. Mistress, did you see that? I didn't see anything. I thought I saw. But no. It was nothing. Was it a person? You're seeing Ghost 6. The dust is getting into your wiring. It might be possible to scramble up. No, mistress. One slip and you'll be heading down rapidly. These tiles are beautiful. We're just pocketing bits of them? Okay. Oh, this ceramic tile work, which is generally fairly heavy, is heavier than I expected. This is like a chunk of a wall. Oh, this wall's really heavy. We'll look around a bit then. Come back this way if we get stuck. Thank you, mistress. Based on that, I will hopper you immediately as soon as you become even slightly stuck. Walled city. Hardly seems large enough. There's a gate up there, but no stairs. I'm not sure there ever were any stairs. It's possible visitors hoppered onto the structure itself. Symbols. Do you see? Traced into the plasterwork. Almost filled in with dust. Okay, that's quite a sentence. I know a few of these words. I'll have to guess the other four. Okay, that's... Wait, are those... Oh, right. Oh, yeah, it's serpent, not serpent. I was like, those words are identical. No, they're not. It's got an apostrophe. It's possessive. Serpents... How does this differentiate from Empire? It's very similar to Empire. Oh, it's not quite. It's got a lot of the same structure as Empire. Actually, not that similar, but... Hmm. It's not many place, it's many place, many people, which fits city even better. Place of many places and many people. Yeah, city kind of works for me there. The only thing is, I can see where this is going. As Serpent something opens pilgrims something for you. This is a how to get in the gate puzzle kind of thing. It's a speak friend and enter kind of thing, right? I kind of want it to be like Serpent's tongue. You have to like say serpent in ancient to open the door or something. I know city absolutely makes sense given the glyphs and the place and everything, but Serpent's tongue opens the pilgrim's goblet, obviously. Pilgrim's mouth? If we're going to call the gate to the city a mouth, would it be the pilgrim's mouth? Only for you? Pilgrims only for you? No, because that doesn't fit. Pilgrim's mouth for you. Yeah. Serpent City opens Pilgrim's mouth for you. Opens Pilgrim's goblet for you. Let's have a look at this then. So we're talking about a potentially journey. I'm not particularly tied to that idea. Okay, I keep coming back to these ideas, but only because like we haven't found anything better to supersede them. Yes, we've got. We're essentially wind, isn't it? It's not motion up. Motion up as combined becomes wind. So you kind of can't with the really long ones. You almost kind of can't look at them like as individual glyphs. You can't be like, oh, it's motion up. Well, actually, it's now in motion up. And now and motion up combined is wind, so you interpret it as wind. But then it's actually got the entirety of the glyphs for river in there, because a river is water wind, right? Noun, water, noun, motion up. Combined, it's like, well, that makes no sense, but noun, water, wind, river. Okay. How does that relate to any of these other words, though? So it has. So you got the entirety of river in there. If only I knew what that first word was, it would be trivial. I can't peg what the 6 with the dash is. I don't know what that glyph means. That's really bugging me because it keeps coming up and there's nothing to tie those words together very well. Travel river, boat, prow. I mean, I get where you're coming from. It seems like that's one leap too many to make there. If it was travel river... If it was travel river as a whole, I would just say, yeah, if boat was an option, I wouldn't like the sentence, but I would be happy with the word, right? But then just to have a part of a boat? Like, if this word alone were boat, then prow, I would expect to be like this word, but then even longer. It would have like a glyph for front at the start of it. It would be like front boat. It wouldn't just be the symbol for boat. And again, it's inscribed over a gate. So to that end, mouth makes sense. How does a mouth connect to a river? Unless you drool a whole lot. I don't know. Could be a goblet. Goblets hold rivers of wine, right? Serpent City opens pilgrims... prow for you. Wait, hang on. Does this symbol mean, like, front? When we're talking about glyphs for front, is this what that means? Because it's in before as well. At that point, it just becomes front river. Is a front river a prow? Maybe? Just in terms of the opening the gate thing, I just Serpent's tongue opens pilgrim's mouth for you. It's got that kind of cryptic solve the riddle and open the gate to get into this forbidden lost city vibe going on, right? It comes back to that again. It's like I say, speak friend and enter kind of thing, but more Slytherin, if you like. This sentence just doesn't make any sense. It fits the... Once again, this keeps happening. The words fit the glyphs, but then it doesn't, like, the words are like, what are these words? This is nonsense. If you put the words in that make the most sense, the words don't fit the glyphs. Is the other 6 symbol travel or journey? I would have to go back and revisit some of those words to figure out where they fit into things. I couldn't possibly suggest that off the top of my head. Pilgrims is confirmed. Oh no, it isn't. Oh, it's not confirmed. Oh, shoot. I thought it was confirmed. It's not. Of people. Creatures, of people creatures, it's... Serpent City opens its prow for you. Not that that actually changes the context of anything particularly significantly. The pilgrims just had me, like, sort of envisioning this as being some sort of holy site, so now we've just turned it into just a generic city to a degree. Serpents I'm certain about. It couldn't be anything else. I mean, we've confirmed serpent for starters. It's serpent with an apostrophe. It is just serpents. Opens. It's for you is right. Yeah, I mean, I'm more comfortable with that word as it's now, thinking about it. Serpent City opens its goblet for you. Opens its prow. You don't open a prow. A prow's the front of a ship. It doesn't open. You open a mouth. Mouth's the only thing you do open. You don't open a goblet. I really don't get how mouth could possibly be that, though. I'll leave it at that for now. We could go over that all day. I think that's right. The Serpent City? A place for the wealthy? Or a place for the dead? Explains all the serpent statues we found from here, though. Yeah, mistress. Did you see? Surely even you saw that. What did you think you saw, Six? I thought I saw... I must have been mistaken. Let's hop over the wall. Wait here, Six. Oh yeah, of course, Six can't do steps. Good idea, mistress. There. Now how do we get in? Knock, knock. You seem most important up there, mistress, like an actor on a stage. Definitely no way inside through here. This isn't a gate, really. It's a fence. Suitable for hoppering through, though, of course. There's something caught in the metalwork here. A torn pocket-sized book, dating from the earliest days of the nebula? If there was any more wind, it would have blown away. The spine seems to be painted on, mistress. How the heck does a book survive outdoors for centuries? Do not lose. Can I have a translation for do not to my dictionary? That's a lot of glyphs. I'm confident it says hope. Yes. Does do not lose hope work? And this comes from the same place as the telescope and the book we found earlier, I think. This new find should be useful in tracking down where these things originated. This should help us work out where to look for the ancient sites. Cool, cool, cool. It doesn't help me get inside here, though, does it? Yo, Alibaba. I wish to rub your lamp. The grill feels loose. Let's bash it. The ceramic tile I found has some heft to it. Let's just break and enter this place where somebody lives. Oh my god, we totally did. There. Mistress, what was that noise? Are you intact? It was nothing, Six. You just wait there. Should be able to.
And for a moment, the sight seemed only quiet instead of empty. Like I might walk around a corner and find someone painting, or reading, or watching the sky.
Funny that.
But, of course, there was no one here.
Are you sure about
the
that?
emptiness came back. It was double.
I hope Six is still waiting for me. At least it can't hopper me off anywhere from out there. What is going on here? These are like children's scrawlings. Why can't I look at them? Oh, hello. It's a hopper eye. People came in that way. Same as the hopper in the Garden of the Emperors. Can you not bring 6 in that way? I don't know why it's not letting me look at these. Oh, now we can. Drawings. Not ancients for once, but just scribbles. Dancers, maybe? Somebody's got a kid with a crayon. And no cleaners to take care of the palace. Dun dun dun! Someone's left the door ajar. What? Oh god, the robot got in. Here's more. Looks like a family. Wonder if these were drawn by a child. Mistress! You hoppered inside? Just as I did before, mistress, yes. Seems to have been a standard design. This whole sneaking around somebody's house is a bit creepy. How is this here? How is this not rotting? They're drawn in charcoal, I think. Should rub right off. That one looks like a robot with a flat head. Let's try the door then. But it's stuck. Rubble on the inside, perhaps? So ornate. So decorative. Okay, maybe we don't get in that door. The owner's going to find us sneaking around his house. I'm not sure who's going to be more horrified. The fact that they've had the first visitor in 1,000 years. Or that I'm going to find somebody I totally was not expecting. This place looks like Renaki. If Renaki was left to fall into ruin, that is. Statue. Hey, it's the Serpent God. With no arms. I don't recognize her. She's got one eye, just like the others we've seen. I recognize her from the Temple of the Gods. The Withering Garden, that's the one. Withering Palace, that's it. Serpent God. This is a temple then? To a Serpent God? The cult of the Serpent God. Was the statue on Maesi and the one here made in the same place? Based on the mineral compositions, it is quite possible, mistress. I will consider the matter. Something was removed from here. It is roughly the dimensions of the sundial we saw in the Emperor's secret garden, mistress. Perhaps that item was created here and moved. Ooh. Interesting. So this was like the original Emperor's palace or something then? Another stuck door. I finished my consideration of the stone in the statues, mistress. I believe I have a rough location for where the statues were constructed. Yeah, good work. Thank you, mistress. You're not going to tell me then? Fine. The roof must be falling in every time the ground gives way. Lucky the dome is still holding. We're not going to find Renba here. Renba crashed and burned and put his... He put his body into a robot, which we know kills a person. A shoe. And how did you get here? Did you hop? How old would you say the stonework is? Nearly 1,500 years, mistress. There's something under here. Metal lamp embossed with a snake motif. I'd guess it dates from ancient times. There's an inscription on the glass. And we're just going to take people's possessions now. Cool. Fun times. There's the end of a longer line of text. This is already a very long line of text. Jesus. Lost. And... am... I think she's going to give up on this one, because I think I'm about to give up on this one. I I might be able to find out what that glyph means. This clearly connects to I, but it is not a piece on its own. In fact, I think that's all one... Oh, geez, in fact, that is all one glyph, isn't it? Light connecting people... In fact, light connecting me... Light connecting me. I think is plus something else. I don't know. There's a time word that does not... Time... Person... No, time me... Time me. Or that might be on its own. I. Time plus me. Or I. I am lost. Something I'm lost. And something I am... Jeez. This is a stonker of one. Oh my god. Oh, that fits there, but clearly not right. Through. We got a 6 there that we might be able to pin down. Oh, these. Oh, so... Okay. Interesting that that's really, really similar to the symbol for I. It becomes these. I hadn't picked up on that before. That squiggle doesn't, like, turn it into plural, does it? Time plus these. Through fits. Through, yeah, through fits, but then has the dangly glyph hanging off the edge, which means I'm going to get told that that's wrong if I try and put that in there. I'm quite certain. Acts technically fits, but clear is not. We're just hammering things into holes at this stage. Things that are clearly not right. But also they're not going to tell me specifically which ones are wrong until I hammer all the things in the holes. What else fits? These. Fine. This doesn't feel right. In fact, she might just give up on it entirely. Oh no, maybe we do get to translate it then. Okay. I would like to translate this. I'd like to try. Oh, so these doesn't actually pop up in here anyway. That one's right. I'm certain of it. I am. And... am lost and something else in here must be right. Technically I can put I in there or these. It's not these. Problem is, technically I can put through in there. Drop. No, drop doesn't actually fit, does it? What am I missing? That's not there, that's part of a bigger word. That's not there, I'm certain that's part of a bigger word. That's not there because the lights cut off the end. Drop doesn't actually fit anywhere in it. Lost we've already used, in fact. Why would I be in there twice? That can't be right. That cuts off a glyph. That's part of a bigger word that we've used. Ugh. Have I got to hammer things into holes? Just cross them out for me, please. What? All these individual glyphs just like to eliminate options. Really annoying. Oh, fine. Maybe it's I. Maybe I goes in there. Doesn't feel right. One is gone. Cool. I can see her giving up on this in a minute, actually. I don't know how many attempts you'd get before she's just like, you know what? No. Oh, the one looks like a 6 is past tense? Interesting. Although I'm gonna go ahead and say this now. I mean, if you have already played further than I into the game and already know all of the answers, please don't go and like spoil them all. I know it's ultra frustrating to like see somebody just bash their head against a puzzle and not get it for the longest time. I have watched many YouTubers not get things and been really annoyed at them myself, but like, if somebody's trying to figure something out, it is satisfying to figure it out yourself, right? Nobody wants somebody to be like, oh, this is the answer, you're stupid, why didn't you get the answer? I know that's not what you're saying, like, but just, I'd rather have that moment where I go, oh, it means past tense myself, rather than have someone just, like, hold my hand, basically, you know? Oh, so what you're saying is this glyph is were not am, is ultimately what you're telling me is wrong. That one's the wrong one. Admittedly, it looks like there's a space there, not a space there. Okay, so does that mean I... Oh, yeah. Sure, my translation for Lost is correct. Okay, cool. Well, at least you probably mean the right direction with that one. To be fair, you know what? I probably actually wouldn't have got that for a very long time, if I'm honest. Would have been nice to figure it out, but the fact there's such a big gap between those two glyphs, that really makes that look like two words to me. It looks like that's how it's broken up. Deceptive. I was lost, and now it's time plus these is now. Oh, yeah, makes sense. And now I am, I would suggest found. And I indeed, yeah, year 6 is past tense. How those glyphs particularly translate to found, I don't know. You got via in there and light. Past tense plus the squiggles that are in via and hold that I don't really know exactly what they denote. And then via light. I mean, that's got to be right. There's a very convoluted way of getting to that I don't quite get, though. Okay. Fine. I got a lot of information on the unknown extremely ancient site now. This will make its location easier to locate. It's too small to be a city, despite what we've seen. What if it was just a large marketplace? Out here? Away from everywhere else? This place is called the Serpent City, but it's a market. Perhaps the Serpent God is a market god. God of merchants and trade. I do not like snakes, mistress. How are you, like, a robot? You shouldn't have a thing about snakes. This is one of our broken fragments. All is fair in... I believe you're correct with fair, mistress. We were literally just talking about a market god, so... I was talking about that squiggle. Is this... Does that just, like, denote an object or a thing? Potentially? Because you've essentially got a verb relating to the movement of people and things. In fact, multiple of them. There are two of them. They are things, plural. It's trade. Right? All is fair in trade. A market god, perhaps. There's no decent river to this place. How did people come here? Perhaps off-river travel was common in the past. That might mean whole areas of the nebula were inhabited that we previously ignored. Or else there was a river and it's gone. Is that even possible? I do not know, mistress. Some kind of symbol. But I know that shape well enough. Evidently, it is the eagle and sun, mistress. So this is an Empire period site. I'm sure it's older. I believe it is much older, mistress. It may be the eagle and sun symbol predates the Empire? Don't tell the Emperors that the eagle isn't theirs. Don't tell Mayari that she thinks she's an Empress. It is merely further evidence for the Great Loop, mistress. Symbol is not evidence for the Loop 6. It's evidence for history. Ooh. Oh, that's... something's going on in there. Let's have a poke at this first. Although there's something going on here as well. Oh, stuff going on everywhere. A rope. Leading up to the next floor of this place. There might have been stairs here once. I suggest you do not attempt to climb it, mistress. A fall would be unseemly. There, mistress. I am not imagining things. What? What did you say? 6. 6! What's the matter with it this time? If the hopper wasn't part of the fuselage of that robot, I'd leave it behind. 6? Oh, where are you, 6? Have you actually abandoned me this time? 6? Is that you?
At the building's heart was a domed chamber. Every footstep rang like a bell, and the room was large, like it was larger than the walls that held it. Like a whole other moon was contained inside this room.
6? What are you doing, 6? You left me. I had to. I saw something. It led me here. Again. Again? Indeed, mistress. I know this place, mistress. I have been here many times. How can you remember anything? You can barely remember Renba waking you up. I do not know, mistress. It seems to keep happening to me. I do not know how to understand what is in my mind. You're a robot, Six. Either you know something or you don't. I agree, mistress. In theory. And yet... I remember a king. A king with an iolite crown. His judgments were fair. He was much loved, but his daughters schemed against him. Each daughter thought he loved another more. Resentment festered until each killed him in a different way. How can they each kill him? Slow poison? A knife in the back? But the youngest daughter's method was the cruelest. She hoppered her father into a crack in the palace stonework. She became queen, but she never found any pleasure in it. She was plagued by her father's voice. Inside the walls, berating her for her flaws. It makes no sense, mistress. How could I have seen all that? It sounds like nonsense. Perhaps it is. Perhaps my core is failing. Perhaps I am going insane. Is there anything else? Yes. You see, then I remember a woman, shipwrecked. She lay here, on this floor, dressed only in rags. She carved her name into boards torn from her ship which would never sail again, and she tossed them into the rivers, hoping to be rescued. That's enough, Six. This is like listening to a grandmother on Harvest Day. They're dreams. Do you dream, Six? I do not believe so, mistress. But how would I know for sure? Dreams are usually very strange. They feel real at the time, but when you wake, they could never have been true. There's got to be a temple space. Even if this whole building isn't a temple, you can feel it. The hush, the quiet. This place must have once held hundreds. Oh, we finished talking about Six's issues. I can't feel anything, mistress, but I do observe a room with a large capacity and meticulous acoustics. An excellent location for singing. Good faith, faith, faith. Listen to the echo. This room was built for that. It's a little like the statue outside, but a different goddess. The ancient pantheon had 7 gods, I think. Gods always seem to have one eye. Is there an inscribbling? Goddess, but you're made of wood, painted to look like stone. Why would you have a statue on a stage? Is there a wellspring here? There must be, mistress. There's plenty of air. I was wondering if, given the market thing, it's more akin to some sort of, like, auction house kind of deal. Stairs? No, seating. I've not seen this arrangement in a temple before. Temple seating is usually more clearly hierarchical, to allow important people to sit closer to their gods. Does this goddess not have a name? Curtains. No, a doorway. I suppose the priests would materialize from here. Let's see where this goes.
The far side was open to the wind and the dark.
Where actually are we? Books. Read the books, read the books, read the books, read the books, read the books. I have no interest whatsoever in the books. or getting across this gap. There's clearly room for a person to get through there. Come on. You've made it through far hairier gaps. Oh, there's the I guess it's a scarecrow-y kind of thing. This is where we saw the person, though. Somebody was working their way through trees for firewood. There must have been someone here. She seems less shocked about this than you'd imagine. Come on, this is clearly interesting. Let me have a look at it. How do I get to you? A sculpture. Made of sticks, shoes, a coffee pot? Something like... Is that what that is? Huh. Oof. I was never any good at dancing. There's no chance this sculpture's lasted hundreds of years. There must have been someone here recently. Who would come out here to build sculptures? Oh, there's our rope again. Oh. The entire mountain is tumbling away. Reminds me of what happened to 4. That's where we... Yeah, this is the one we came out of, isn't it? Because that leads back to a stage. Which means this one leads us deeper into the city. No, it doesn't. It leads us into a storeroom. Fine. Well, maybe that's useful as well. Fresh fruit. This is where the half we found came from. Perhaps these grew on the trees? There aren't many trees, and this is a lot of fruit. Is this bread? It's bread! That didn't grow on a tree. No more inscriptions? Alright, let's go frustrate 6 by climbing up the rope. Oh, there are stairs. Yep, that would help. Go down the stairs. I should get back to 6. Before the robot starts telling another story. Mistress. Perhaps there is no more to see here, mistress? I don't wish to stay any longer than necessary. We haven't even met who lives here. You're not interested in remembering anymore? I can remember at my leisure, mistress. But there is nothing here to see. From within this chamber I can't activate the hopper, mistress. Perhaps from the courtyard outside. You go do you. I can see a thing in a box. Some kind of chest. It's beautifully made. There's a sword in here. Very light. Same as the goddess. It's made of wood. And there's an inscription down the middle of the blade. This is the end of a longer line of text. Whoa, that's a lot of options. Okay, my initial reaction was to put when there, but obviously you got a dash, which potentially means it's part of a bigger word. Is this all something? That's a big word. When... May, isn't it? It's May. May. Gods. Guide. Your. That seems pretty respectable. Why would they auction a wooden sword? I don't know. I was just playing with the idea of it being a market. Also, why wouldn't they? It's a market. They could sell whatever they want, right? Was the idea of it being a stage, but then just having like, how many theatrical performances have you been where like the stage had a statue of a god like permanently affixed in the center of it? Right. We're going to put on a show, but it can be only about the gods. Ah, you want to do a love story? Well, as long as they're falling in love with God, it's fine. What are we doing? May the gods guide your. I mean, it's on a sword. I would imagine swing is probably the right one. Let's have a play around with those glyphs. Yeah, it's you got the glyphs. The entirety of the glyphs for provide is in there. That's provide plus motion plus everything. I mean, yeah. I know it's swing. I'm musing more and more at this point. I know full well it is definitely swing. I just mulling it really more than anything else at this stage. May the gods guide your swing. Oh, but of course, this isn't a temple. This is a theater. Still has a statue of a god in the middle of it, though. There's a thing. Oh, is it just garbage? Theater? So my memories are only stories? They seem so real. Must have been good actors. But when was this? Hundreds of years ago? Still think it's weird to have the statue on the theater. Let me show you the sword I found, Six. Interesting. The wood is not from here, perhaps unsurprisingly. And Mistress, it is old. Thanks for that, helpful. Let's get off this moon. Too many ghosts down here. What was that? Speaking of ghosts. That was no ghost. I heard footsteps, Mistress. That thing didn't move on its own. No. Evidently it is made of wood, Mistress. Good faith to you. We mean you no harm. There's someone here. Whoever's been here is still here. I heard you coming in, noisy ghost. You won't eat me, ghost. By the goddess. There is someone here. I knew it. A boy, Mistress. Oh, should I not have given him like a man's voice? Apparently not. How long has he been here? Let's give chase to him very slowly, because I don't know how to run. Stay back, ghost! I'm the Dread River pirate Amir! So hand over your robot or I'll run you through. Aren't you too young to be a pirate? Well, you're too tall to be a ghost. We'll see if you won't bleed all the same. Take this! Poke me with a stick, you little rodent! Excellent. An excellent thwacking, boy. Most pirates know how to wash behind their ears. Tell me what you're doing here. Beating you? Every hit will wear you down. Stop doing that. What a spirited performance. Okay, I have a sword. Very well then. If a fight's what you want... Oh really, mistress? I knew it! I could tell you were a bloodthirsty ghost. Maybe. But ghost or not, you won't hit me like that. Oh my god, there's actually a fighting mechanic. Should I tell you what's written on this sword of mine? May the gods guide your swing. How about that? Is that supposed to scare me? This is for you. Enough whacking me with that thing. Alright, fight. Strike left. Take that! Ow! Push forward. And this! You're no good at this. But here's one for you. Enough! Well struck, child. Shut up, 6. Does your mother know you're here? My mother? No. Back you go. Curse you! You're too slow, ghost. I'll run you clear off this moon. Ouch! Alright, actually, you actually have to, make progress forward up the stairs there. I go, please don't hurt me. I'm not gonna hurt you. See? Now, what's your name? Amir, I told you. You're not a very smart ghost, are you? What's yours? I'm Aaliyah. Are you from Elbereth? I am. I was on Elbereth. There was a story, you see. A story about a cursed word. How did you get here? We're very far from Elbereth. I died. I spoke the word, and I died. Okay. How did you learn this word? Lots of people say they know it. I saw it written. I haven't seen another person for so long. I hope you're real. Of course I'm real. You can't be sure. The others weren't. What others? This place gets busy at night. You hear them arguing. The ghosts are all so angry. When did you say the word? I spoke it by the Catkiss Gate on Elbereth. The gate sent you here? How's that possible? It just took me and I found myself here, alone. Where are we? You can't stay here, the building's collapsing. It'll slide away into the rivers below. The word you spoke, it must have told the gate's hopper to send you to this place. So this place was directly connected to Elbereth, and still is. A long-distance hopper? Is that possible? Evidently. But why would anyone connect anywhere to Elbereth? Was ancient Elbereth more important than we realize? Right, are you coming with me, kids? Okay, yep, we got an entourage again. I'd like to activate the hopper now, mistress. Oh no. I haven't climbed the rope yet. feels pretty firm. How did you tie it up there? I spent about a day throwing it. It is a long way down. I know. I like to pee off here. It takes forever to splash. Charming. That's disgusting. No, it's not. You should see where we did it on Elbreth. Fair enough. Can I climb this thing yet? Am I not allowed to climb this thing? Would 6 literally hopper me the moment I put my hands on this rope? Probably, I mean. That seems likely. And how do you eat? One of the rooms has food in it. I eat that. How does the fruit stay fresh? I don't know. I think someone brings it, but I never saw them. You mean someone's keeping you here? I don't know. I don't think so. Is there anyone else here? No? Or if there is, I did not see them. Okay, yeah, we should probably go. Have one last sweep of the place. This place doesn't just look like Renaki, it worked like it too. Stands selling goods, this one books, that one bread. People milling along the colonnade, browsing, talking, the air thick with shouts and haggling. Wait, did I look in this book room? I feel like books are important. The little openings then. They're shop fronts. The pages are rotten through. Just mulch in a frayed binding. I like the sculpture you built. The dancer? You made it? Yes. These are no better. So much moisture on this moon. Nothing paper could last. Ah. Okay, so we're not going to get any books at all. Sent in there just because you peed. Yeah, possibly. You peed in the gate and the gate was like, God damn it, you're gross. No, get to a distant moon. My sculpture? Why did you make it? I love Elbrethian swirlers. They're so strong, so fast. I wanted to be one until I died. I didn't go upstairs at all, did I? Stay here. Fabulous advice, mistress. Oh. There's something here. A crude chisel. Looks like it dates from ancient times. No inscription along the handle. But we're gonna take it. I think this comes from the same source as the lamp I found here earlier. It should make it easy to find. Translations! So, brings... I guess I think that word is nothing, right? Nothing brings... Or is no. Brings... Hang on. Interesting, the word for brings and sell is almost identical. It's sell, isn't it? Nothing sell before you do something else. Is Dashi 6 before? Maybe. That would make sense. Yes. Well deduced. Seems quite likely, actually, yeah. Wait, wait, there was a symbol there. Why is that being cut off the word? Why are we not translating that bit of it? Or is that just like the word that, is that the word that got cut off in the translation? When it said it was a fragment. Sell before you... If I'm going with this as just being like object or like thing, I guess the verb of a thing is hold? Does that make sense? Kind of. Sell before you hold. Hold would be, well, I mean, buy, I presume. Buy is obviously the thing that makes the most sense in the context. Sell before you... Yeah, sell before you buy, I'll take it. That's locked. Try the flimsy sharp-tooth key in the lock. Really? Then I went... I wonder if this will fit. It fits. It turns. It's broken. Brilliant. Troll key. Did you find anything, mistress? I assume not. Are you ready to go now, mistress? Maybe. I'll take that as a no. I work for the university on Iox. I've never been to Iox. Shall I take you? No. I don't know who you are. I just want to go home. Iox isn't that special. The place is made by its people. Are the old robots on Iox? Yeah, back to the ship. There was a back to the ship option. Oh, come on, back to the ship. I guess that's how I accidentally got back to the ship before, because I accidentally managed to trigger a go back to the ship command on 6. How, where, and when he specifically allows you to do that is not clear. So you're a robot? Evidently. Can we get out now? What's it feel like? I beg your pardon? 6 likes to pretend it's a person. Sometimes when it's alone, it sings. I might just stay here for this conversation because I want to see where this is going now. No, not going anywhere. The rope on the... Yeah, it's weird that it's kind of like pointing you in the direction of, hey, there's a whole extra floor here. But then, like, it just gates it off to you. Oh, yeah, there we go. That's back to the ship. Sure, back to the ship. Mistress. Oh, was this was a different way in, wasn't it? Wait, what are you doing? I thought you had a ship. We do. We have to use the hopper to reach it. Hoppers? Hoppers leave your soul behind. How do you think you got here? What? There's no other way off this moon. Please, I can't leave you here. I'm a ghost already. I didn't mean to say the word. I didn't know. Stand still, mistress. And so we left the surface of the Serpent City, and blah 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 blah. And continued on our way. I don't think Armor has been on the rivers before. We should sail to Iox and tell Mayari what we've seen, but I've been saying that for months now. She's probably wondering where we've got to. Actually, yeah, every time we visit places, like, it is elapsing time. I kind of want to look at the timeline and see how long this has taken us so far. Well, this is my ship. So, where would you like me to take you? Elbreth, I suppose. It's home. There are people waiting for you there? No. Yes. Maybe, I don't know. You must have parents. Lots of them. None in particular. What's all that anyway? Out there? That's the nebula. Oh, this text was off the bottom corner of the screen. I actually can't even, like, hear what I'm saying because it's cut off weirdly. A pirate should have a boat. Amir, how are you feeling? The same. I don't feel different. But if I have lost my soul, how would I know how I used to feel? No one can take your soul, Amir. It's yours. You're lucky I found you. I suppose so. What do you think? I think I should get a boat of my own. Pirates should have a boat. Okay. Right. Myercy, then. We'll take you to Myercy. Myercy is the most beautiful place I know. They'll have work for you. Someone will take you in. Alright. I don't mind work. Will there be other children? Have we seen children there? I didn't see any. I hate other children. Come on. The flight deck's up the ladder. Oh, apparently we've committed ourselves to Myercy now. Whoops. So this is... Have we narrowed that down at all? Don't know if we have. Myercy is the only destination it's going to let us go to. Yeah, I can't even navigate that. Yeah, so story's locked into Myercy now, isn't it? I agreed to take Amir to Myercy. Was there anything else I was supposed to go to Myercy for? I feel like there was something else that... some other business I had there. That seems like a weird one to like take him to. I was kind of just clicking through the options, but okay.
We set course once more for Myercy.
Have I been pronouncing it wrong?
Looking forward to it. It was a good place, despite the people. It was everything Elbreth could have been.
Eagle's claws. Lady, this is amazing. Oh great, there's three of them talking and I have no idea how to distinguish the three of them. Can we do another? I want to do another. We might pass another one on the way. Lady, can I have a go? At flying? At flying? You don't know how to fly. I don't know much about it myself either. It's not as simple as it looks. Whee! You sure? It looks very simple. You just wind that handle whichever way you want to go. Okay, we got a couple options here. One of them takes us worryingly close to Iox. I guess we have to go through there to get to Iox, mind you. I think it's got like a ring road going around it as well. I guess the right route looks... The right route looks quicker, but I suspect that that's a rapid, so we'll probably like skip across that pretty damn fast. This route is pretty well travelled, I think, for us, isn't it? Or maybe not? Don't know. I'm trying to figure out where I might potentially, conceivably find more ruins on the way. I don't think we've been through this bit specifically. We might find something there. Let's go left. You have to follow the currents. Wait, left or right? Oh, that's this junction. Okay, left. Judge the different speeds of the flows of the river. Then which junction? What? How many junctions are there? What the heck is going on here? That's 3 junctions in a tiny span of time that I thought were all the same one. And it takes strength. The ropes are pulled tight. You have to fight the winds. I'm strong. It's still... Apparently I'm still on the same junction. I've had to choose which way to go 4 times, but apparently there's only one junction here. Left. Always left. Look at my muscles. I could probably lift your robot. No one can take your soul except flawed hopper eyes. This is true. Yeah, kind of, yeah. Go on then. Show me. Go on then, show me. You don't mind, do you, 6? No doubt, mistress, it is this kind of caper that caused you to lose the others. Just stand still, robot, so I can... Just stand still, robot, so I can get my arms around you. Oh, he's lifting the... Oh, I thought she was giving him the ship. Oh, no, he's lifting the robot. I see. You do not appear to be having much success, child. I could lift you. You're just a funny shape, that's all. So, can I fly? That sounds right momentarily, mistress, so should we? You want to learn how to sail? Of course I do. It doesn't look difficult. Now, if I'm going to be a pirate, I need to learn. Oh, we're getting worryingly close to Mayari. Why are you so sure you want to be a pirate? Because who doesn't want to be a pirate? That's easy. It's what I'm good at. I suppose I better let you fly. I can learn by watching you. I'll steal the ship from you later. Is there a thing here? We're going into a slow bit. If it's a right, should bring us to Mayasi, mistress. Do you believe the people on Mayasi will look after him? Better than the people on Elbereth would. That is not a yes, mistress. Set us down, 6. Well, he also spent a lot of time climbing up and down ropes, which probably builds up a bit of upper body strength as well, so there's that too. Mayasi, will Amir like it here? I have no idea who we're dropping off with.
Up the muddy path from the ship. His little eyes kept popping out of his head. I thought he was going to lose them.
What is this stuff in the air? It's like breath. It's mist. It rises from the water. It's so cold. And they live quite simply here. This place is beautiful. I like it. I think maybe you will too. It feels the way things are supposed to feel. How are you feeling? These people won't take me in. Why would they? You'll work. They'll respect that. You're just going to leave me here? No matter what happens? Would you rather be left where you were? No. No, I suppose not. Oh, I must have stepped on a shield bug to be this unlucky. Where are we going now? Seem to have autopiloted back down here. We'll just dump you off at the store hut. See you later. Oh shoot, hang on. There's no way I'm crossing that, mistress. No, there is no way I'm not crossing that, mistress. Robots cannot swim. Fine. Is there more down here that I've not seen before? You can wait, can't you? My power source is good for millennia, mistress. Waiting will not be an issue. Patience, however, is more limited. Oh shoot, there is. Tell it to Mayari. Oh, speaking of Mayari, there's something here. Oh, also, no, nothing here. Dang it, what? Don't get my hopes up like that. Speaking of Mayari... Right. What I want to do is, like, I want to just kind of get a sense of the time frame of the game. How long has Mayari been waiting for us is basically what I want to know. Now, Professor Mayari wants me back on Iox is basically... Yeah, this is where the game started. Which is to say... 25 days have elapsed since we have begun this particular adventure. It's not as long as I thought. It feels like it should be longer. I guess this only exists to get your hopes up and then immediately dash them. And I can't walk through a blade of grass, so we've got to go this way. It's a very large blade of grass, I'll grant you, but still. You'll be free to do whatever you want, more or less. I like the way the mud sucks at my toes. There's dirt on Elrith, but if you want mud, you have to make it yourself. Follow me, Almir. Village is this way. Don't be nervous. Hey, it's that guy. Oh, I thought we were going to drop it off with him. How big is this place? You could get lost up here for days.
Everything on Mayerzi was as we'd left it. The flowers still bloomed. The water still bubbled.
Ioxian, what brings you here? How are things here? Things do not change. The pigs enthuse. Iox has not yet burned us to the ground, for which we are grateful. This is your son? You are from Iox, boy. Elbereth, Micus. I'm a pirate. Ha! So was I at your age. So? Are you here to sell him to us? Wow. Of course not. Or was that an option? I know you think all Ioxians are evil, but please. He has nowhere to go. Where are his parents? Working in a mine? I don't know where they are. Neither does he. You merely do not know, and yet you would give him to us? Do you care so little for the things of others? I don't have parents. I think I hatched from an egg. How curious. He's an orphan. I think he's an orphan. If I take him back to Elbreth, he'll disappear. So raise him yourself. I wouldn't know how. Barely have anywhere to live. I travel, explore, it's dangerous. I could look after your pigs, Micus. I like them, they're funny. You can't say no to that. Be clear, Ioxian. I can. But I will not. Follow the path, boy. Call for Aisha. Thank you. Will you come back and visit me? Of course I will. Good faith to you. He was alright in the end. We will do what we can for him. Our village needs children's voices, but he will have to work. Children should be allowed to play. When Alex lowers its tithe, there will be time for us all to play. I'll see what I can do about that. You think me a sapling. Good faith to you, lady. You have found nothing of note here, mistress. There's nothing more you can do for the boy. Time to depart, mistress? Not just yet. There was a thing about a statue, right? Your mission of mercy is accomplished, mistress. Yo, dude. Also, whoever this Aisha is, she's gonna get, like, a hell of a surprise when some kid turns up and is like, I've been told I need to live with you now. I'm chasing him as though I, like, specifically need to speak to him, but I really don't know if it is him, like, I would want to speak to. No, he has simply become an NPC. Wait, is that stuff? There's stuff that I can look at. Maybe. I thought there was a dot there that said I could look at it. Maybe not. Oh! Wait, oh I see. When the... I was thinking the conversation option there that said, I brought your statue back. That's not like, here, I brought a statue. It's, you owe me a favor because I brought you a statue back, right? More water, just sitting here. Okay, 6. Now's your moment to shine. Take us back there. I should have taken you up on that first time, honestly. I'm going to search the grass for more artifacts. See if I don't. We found one thing, there may be more. Oh, come on, 6. Guess we're gonna do this the old-fashioned way. Come on, 6, put me out of my misery. I wish she just let you do that, like, at your leisure. Once 6 has said it the first time, I would like to just be able just to talk to 6 at a moment of my choosing to initiate the go-home mechanism, rather than having to wait for him to offer. Because he always offers, like, when you're halfway through exploring things as well, right? It's always just like, well, you've seen the front door of this magnificent city. That must be enough for you, right? Let's go home. It's like, no, 6. No. Stop. Rice. Do they grow anything else here? It would not appear so. Back to the ship, 6. We've done all we can here for now. This way, mistress. And so we left the surface of Myersey. I've been calling it Myersey, but the one time she did pronounce it out loud, she said Myersey. So, I know it's not that far off, but, like... we could swing by Elbereth, absolutely, yep. Pick up the thing. We could go see Mayari. No. We can go tell Renaki where he can find himself some robits. That looks like that's probably mostly rapids, right? I reckon. Renaki's probably actually surprisingly quick, I would have thought. There's nothing terribly interesting en route either, is there? For me to deviate off onto. Unless I were to go... Yeah, okay, I kind of want to go that way. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Renaki. Mostly in the hopes that some of my many doodads will now get me a lizard. I want a second chance at a lizard. Come on. And I could stand to go to Elbereth, yeah. Okay. Where are we headed? Doesn't matter, they're both the same. And then, stop showing me the unknown. So why does it keep showing me that site? Come on. So, we hang a right... Well, actually, ooh. If I hang a left, that feeds into who knows what. I don't know where this goes, but all the roads lead into here. There's not much leads out. It'll take us somewhere into this lot. In fact, we found the... This is the one where we found the bloody thing. It's somewhere in here, isn't it? We know it's in there. Yeah, okay. Keep going, keep going, keep going. I can't decide if I'm angry with Amadou. Lying to me about the old dock. So yeah, hang right, then right, left, left. I suppose I should be. Except I'm not surprised. A lie was more probable than a truth, certainly. Perhaps disappointment would be more appropriate. Yo, yeah, left. That's fine. It wants me to go that way anyway, so... I think that's probably a rapid, actually. Maybe? Or just some crazy hairpin twisty nonsense. Just twisty nonsense. Oh, there we go. Whee! By the moons! Well, there was nothing exciting along there, but now we know it's cool to go that way. It just goes through there. Although this is leading us into some uncharted bits as well. Yeah, I guess just keep following the course.
The Reach is famous for smashing boats to splinters. The Renukans are said to make their boats from solid iron.
Take the next right, mistress. not through it yet. And disregard the next turning, mistress. That means it's got to be interesting. What is it? Oh no. Ooh, there is a... Oh! There's a thing I didn't see there that... Oh man, I could actually have gotten to that if I'd known about it. There's no... Well, actually if I... Ooh. Yeah, if I take the turning, we can loop around and come back past it. So... I'm not going to ignore the turning. We're gonna go that way. For the sake of clues. That will take me the wrong way, so I need to go right. No, wait, no. Which way am I looking at? Left. I need to go left. Maps, I can read them. I was never very good at orienteering. Oh, you'd like me to pass Control 6, wouldn't you? I'm an adventurer. I don't let my robots do my adventuring for me. It's quiet without the boy around. Mistress. So I think it's on the right, isn't it? Yeah, cool. Because I think that's it up there.
Some say the rivers have a source. A single wellspring where they all begin. People love tidy explanations for things.
Shipwreck. I guess it dates from the earliest days of the nebula, mistress. I will investigate. Found a yellowing river map. I wonder how long it's been there. Found something painted inside the space between two flows. Is that what that said, I think? This one has several words. Via... Fire? Path? Path, of... Is it not via? Path of fire path? I believe I remember the word fire. Yep, yep. Okay, so this is actually... Pilgrims. That's one that keeps coming up, huh? What we really need to do is find the Pilgrim's Goblet. At harvest time. Yes, that's fair comment. Yeah, she makes a pretty solid narrator, actually. Yeah. It's very similar, close. Oh yeah, it's found, but with the past tense found has the past tense symbol in, which this one doesn't. Good spot. Good spot. Find path of fire path. Cool. Let's take the path of fire path. I guess this comes from the same site as the torn book and the telescope we found before. I could take the map to Tappy on Elbereth. He might have something from the same site to help me locate it. If you believe that to be wise, mistress, he will, after all, exact a price. Sure, but I got a lot of garbage I could trade. Whee! By all the wakened waters! Wait, did I manage to screw up a rapid by hitting a corner? I'm kind of used to it just like dragging me along for the ride. Didn't expect to have to actually steer in the rapids. Stop, sure. I need to find that unknown. I need to tick this one off so that it will stop automatically locking onto it every time I open the map. It should like default onto like where I am or something, but for some reason every time I open the map screen, it immediately is like, here's this unknown ancient site. It's nowhere near you. It's not even what you're navigating to. Here, have a look at it again. Let's hop her down 6. Renarchy, a market moon, far beyond the reach of Iox. Lizard vendor, lizard vendor.
The fountain was still chuckling away to itself when we returned.
Good lizard vendor, I want one of your finest lizards. I come bearing doodads of great currency. Oh, come on, I want a lizard. Look at him. Oh, I could have a stripy gecko. Or a red one. Boo, you suck. What kind of trader do you call yourself? Come on, 6. You're back. I trust your trip was plentiful. I can't remember what voice I gave him before. At all, if any. There was nothing there, Amadou. The trip was a waste of time. But you did find it. The moon where that trinket was made. Why did you send me out there, Amadou? What were you hoping I'd find? Robots. Were there any robots there by any chance? Perhaps a single, half-functioning, rusted, deranged specimen. Not that I saw. Robots are valuable, Master Amadou. They would not be forgotten or abandoned. This is a pity. My stocks are running painfully low, and there seems very little I can do about it. I found some servos, Amadou. Is that so? If I tell you, what do I get in return? That depends on what you need, and if I have it to give. My price, Amadou, is the oldest artifact you have. Ha! I accept. The servos are hidden deep within the withering ways on a dust-scoured moon, under an ancient palace. Why, my good lady, you quite tickle my hairy old ears. Do we give him the location? I guess we do. We've kind of negotiated a good one. Do I have a lizard on my ship? What? 6. Give Amadou the servo's location. Mistress! Here then, my oldest possession. A book. Blank except for some minute symbols. And there's some writing. Woo! This one is a blotted piece from an even longer phrase. This doesn't look like the most exciting of phrases. Maybe not we. Is that not... It's not we. Is it not more like... No, I was thinking these. I'm not sure if that's right either. Something are homes with gods above. We act our homes. Something's not right. So I can't fill them all in. Acts. Acts is wrong. So that's... homes, gods, above, with... It's not we. Not are. I know it's not acts. What have I missed? One? There's not one. On the bookshelf right of the ladder. I'll have a look. I've done something wrong. Okay, so it's not R. We... gods above homes. Well, you crossed out both the other ones. Oh, with. Mistress, the translation is clearly incorrect. Hammering things into holes. It's not homes. Okay. We... gods... Oh, that's all one thing? Convince my translation for above is right. That's all one word? We belong. So it's a verb that is home. Belonging. We belong with gods above. That will do for now. Oh, I pondered too long over that choice and lost it. I think this comes from the same source as the telescope device, the one we discovered on the old dock. We got a lot of leads on the observatory Rembo's looking for now. This should make the site easier to find. Thank you. A very great pleasure. The very greatest. How are things on Renaki? Things on Renaki never change. We are the perfect model of a happy society. Far enough from my ox so we can grow comfortably fat. Cool. Well, I'll be going now. And a very fine day to you, good lady. Right, so, has the observatory... actually hasn't whittled this region of space down at all. It sounded like this was like, this is a major triangulation thing to narrow stuff down, but it hasn't changed it at all. Right, lizard, lizard, lizard.
Then from behind me
Oh.
came the patter of steps.
Lizard. Oh. Yes? You spoke to Amadou. You know him? He's my father. Did you really come all the way from Iox? I did. I can't imagine it. Such a distance. Tell me about sailing. Does it hurt? Why would it hurt? You're inside the ship when you sail, you know. You're going now? Back to your ship? Back to Iox? Is it far? Out there somewhere. I've got places to find. It's disgusting. This way, mistress. This way, mistress. Wait, that's the girl that was reading... Oh, she was the one that was reading the books before, isn't it? She's curious about sailing, but she's been taught all her life that it's wrong and terrible and not a thing. I get a distinct impression that we're going to be picking her up as a passenger at some point in our time. We should sail to Iox and tell Mayari what we've seen. Ain't happening. She can wait. I'm coming back with an observatory. Right. Lizard. Lizard, 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 lizard. Is that my gecko? Sakes, look, the gecko came with us! I am aware. Is all we get? We don't get to, like, carry it around. How did the gecko come with us? I do not wish to talk about it, mistress. Yay! Gecko! Oh, that's perfect. He does not look happy. I've seen... I will be honest, I have seen screenshots of the gecko just, like, sitting on her shoulder. I thought you, like, got to carry it around as, like, a pet for the rest of the game once you'd bought it, was the impression I got. Or maybe now that I found it on the ship, maybe we will when I go adventuring, or we could just take the gecko with us. It'd be great. Let's have a poke at the tile. What's that? Tile from outside the Serpent City, an opulent-covered market where armor had been stranded. I know it's broken, but it's still beautiful. You can see the brush marks from where it was painted. Hard to believe it, but every tile in that building was painted identically, by hand. The human capacity for inflicting tedium is incomprehensible to me, mistress. Also, in terms of translates, going back a bit, I suppose. Didn't we find we found the thing? Edge of a pit, cracked crystal charm. There was a thing at the bottom of the pit that we said, "Oh yeah, we'll do it later," and I don't think we ever did do it later. Wasn't that? No, that's the evening gem, isn't it? Scrap of a river chart. Was it this one? Make sky open before you. Okay, no, never mind. Sleep in peace, my friend. Oh, that was the grave. Oh, interesting. There's solvable inscriptions. I didn't realize we had solved, solvable, and unsolved. When did I have solvable ones? When's that? Has that become a thing? All is fair in trade. Are these things that I didn't get right initially, but I've like nailed down later? Sky. Yep, that is solvable. What is the difference between a solvable and solved then at this point? Solvable seems to be, I don't know. It's solvable implies there is work that I need to do it, but it almost seems as though the work it's actually asking me to do in practical reality is look at it, and then it ticks it off as done. Found at the base of a praying goddess. Serpent. We know it's serpent, we've confirmed it. Therefore it is solvable. yeah, I guess when it just goes, that's literally solved. So if I go, yeah, that's removed it now. Okay, that's mildly pointless. Cool. I think it is midnight, and we've got a lizard, and I think that's a very happy place to leave things. Next time, I'm going to have to go to this just to get rid of it. Like, this is getting on my nerves now, trying to use this map. I want to find that. It'll probably start telling me to go to that one once I've, like, ticked that one off. But, yeah, in all fairness, this is the one we've got the best leads on as well. It's the smallest area to search. So, unknown ancient sites. Let us do that next time. Tomorrow is a #Team Suicide stream day, which means I need to rope Tulkas into playing something that's not Warhammer for once in our lives, possibly. Really nice if I could make it Sea of Thieves, wouldn't it? That would be a good one. I shall see if maybe we could make that happen. Failing that, I don't know. I could play an old school Master Orion like I keep trying to goad him into. Well, I'd prefer to play the modern Master Orion, actually, all things considered. I think it's just a bit more accessible, I guess, if anything. But yeah, that is where we leave things for tonight. It is a good place. It is a good time to leave it. We have a lizard. We have a lizard friend. It's great. We have plans for next time. When will next time be? Next time will be. Let me see. It is. It is a long weekend. It's a bank holiday weekend. I feel like I need to like just do some big streams, at least one big stream this weekend or something. Seems like that would be a good plan. I don't know. Let me ponder. So, Tulkas tomorrow, maybe Friday night, probably Saturday might be a better plan. I do want to go out hiking, but that doesn't preclude me streaming on an evening on Saturday. So, yeah, maybe let's pencil in more Heaven's Vault for Saturday evening. Probably regular time of 9 PM, tentatively possibly earlier if I feel like it and I'm inclined to do it. So I'll keep you posted on the Discord. If you're interested in like getting the deets and aren't already there, join the Discord. I will @ everyone when I stream. That's genuinely going to be the best way to actually get live notifications when my streams actually start. It always will be. YouTube, I guess you can like hit the bell or whatever that people tell you to do these days, which is supposed to give you a notification, but I don't know if it really does. I'm just gonna prod people towards Discord. Join the Discord server. It's fun. Yeah. Midnight, everyone. Good night. Happy geckos to you all.